Howdy ho, Stampers. Deb Valder here, Stampin' Up demonstrator, and I'm going to show you how to do a double fold gate card today. Sounds very complicated, but it's very, very easy. Yesterday I showed you how to do a diamond gate card. Today's it's a double fold gate card, and it's very similar to the one yesterday, but it's got a few more pieces to it. The way we're going to do this is we're going to start out with a piece of cardstock that is 5.5 by 4 1/4. Right here, and that's going to be our bottom piece. That's going to be our base piece. And now what we need to do is we need to cut our gates. And these are this one here and this one here. Isn't that so cool? Okay, so let me just show you how I did this. I started off, like I said, is the base card is just a one sheet of cardstock. So it is 5.5 by 4 1/4. Just a regular quarter sheet of cardstock. And then my two pieces that I need to cut, I used two pieces, 5.5, so it's the same length from top to bottom as this one. And then I did 5 inches this way. And what we need to do is we need to score each piece. Now my bottom piece I'm going to score at, this is the 5-inch piece, okay? 5.5 is the up and down, but we need to score at the 5-inch piece. So I'm going to score it at 3 3/4, or I'm sorry, at 3/4 of an inch over here, which makes it 4 1/4, which is the same size as my card. All right, so I'm going to take and I'm going to score. I'm not going to cut. I'm going to get that one out of the way. The lighter one is the scoring one. Now with the top piece, and whatever color you do, and that's why I did it 2 different colors so that I could show you, the top piece, instead of going all the way over to 3/4, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it just a hair smaller. So this looks like it is whatever 1/8 of an inch smaller than 3/4 is. I'm not going to figure that out right now. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to make it a little bit smaller. So what I did was, this is 3/4 right here. I just went 1 notch down. Okay? So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to score there. And what that is allowing us is a little bit of room right here, because we have to go over a second layer. So if I didn't, it would actually not close all the way. It would leave some of this open. So this way here, it gives me just a little bit more of a rounded edge, and it doesn't matter on the bottom, as I'll show you in just a moment. Okay, so now I have both of my scores. The next thing that I want to do is I want to take and I want to cut them on my Big Shot. So let me just show you how to do that. I took both pieces and I took the smaller circle, okay? That's this one right here. I took the smaller circle first, and I put my 2 pieces of cardstock together. You'll see that the yellow fold is over here, and the white fold is over here. I centered my oval, and you can do hearts, you can do squares, you can do whatever you want. I'm going to do an oval here because I did a square yesterday. And what I did was I lined up this with the score mark on the yellow, and then this one right here lines up with the yellow edge. Okay, so they're just centered right there, and I ran it through my Big Shot. I laid my it's on my magnetic board, and I just ran it through the Big Shot like this. And now I'm going to pop it out, and this is what I have so far. Okay, so now I have to take and I have to make this one bigger. Now you're asking, I know, in your head, why did she do them both together? Because now when I put the next oval on, square, heart, whatever, all I have to do is line it up and run it through the Big Shot. So I'm going to go do that. I'm not going to cut this one. I need to keep that one small, but what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut the big one. So hang on and I'll be right back. I need my magnetic platform. I need my bigger oval. I'm going to run it through and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back, and here's my oval. Now I just want to show you that I skipped this one and I went 2 sizes up. So I didn't use the next size, I actually used the next size because I wanted a little bit more of it to show. So when I take this out, what I have is, this is going to be my bottom piece, and this one is going to be my upper piece. And you see how they just line up nice, nice, nice. Okay, just like that. Alrighty, so those are my 2 pieces. Then what I did, I actually stamped on the outside of it, but just like this, I randomly stamped on the outside of it just because I thought that looked pretty. And I used my new Hostess Set. This is out of the 2014-2015 Idea Book and Catalog from Stampin' Up. And this is a Hostess Set. So if you are if you already have your catalog and you're looking through it, make your wish list, get a hold of me, and we will put in an order, and you can purchase this with your $150 order. You have to be a hostess, which means you have to purchase at least $150, and this one is yours. I'm absolutely in love with this stamp set, and you'll see why. Okay, so now what we need to do is we need to take our bottom piece and stamp our image. And because I'm going to use my Blendabilities, I used my Memento ink, and I just stamped up this little piece right here. And what I did was I used my smaller oval, and I used a pencil, and I just put a little pencil mark over there, just so I knew where I was going to stamp it. So then what I did was I stamped it down and let it dry. It takes just a few seconds for it to dry. And now I'm going to take my Blendabilities and I'm going to color it in. I already did the old olive part of it. Now with these right here, what you're going to do is, I like to start with a base coat. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to color the whole thing with my light Daffodil Delight. They come in light, medium, and dark. And I'm just going to color this in just like that. Alrighty? Now, you want to be able to blend these together. So the next one I'm going to do is I'm going to take my medium, and I'm going to go out just a little bit farther. Okay, just a little bit, not a whole lot. You don't want this to overcome and overtake. So this is just kind of blending the outsides right here. And you'll see how I'm going to get rid of all these harsh little lines. They're not even that harsh, but we don't want any lines. Blendabilities are exactly what they say. You blend them together. Now this is my dark Daffodil Delight, and what I'm doing is I'm just going very, very close to the edge. You don't want to go out too far. Just go very close to the edge. See how I'm doing that? Very close to the edge. And we are almost done. Now you can see some pretty harsh lines. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and I'm going to bring back my light Daffodil Delight, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to feather them in. And that's why I like to start with the lighter color first, because now what I'm doing, and you're seeing how easy this is, just blending it together, you're going to take and you're just going to blend it all together, just like this. And now there are no harsh lines. And did you see how fast this is? I haven't sped up the video. It's just that easy. Okay? And that's it. You can see the light in the dark, but you don't see any harsh lines. And that's why putting a base coat of light down first works absolutely wonderful. Okay? Now you can play with it a little bit, but if you start playing with it too much, you're going to end up blending it all together, and you don't want that. You don't want it one flat color. You want lights and darks, because that's what gives you the depth on the card itself. Now what I would do is just take an eraser and erase my lines, but now what I need to do is I need to put it together. So I'm going to take my Fast Fuse, and this is something brand new from Stampin' Up. There is a learning curve to it. I didn't like it at first, but after I started working with it, I fell in love with it. I'm going to take my silicone mat and I'm going to start putting my card together. The other thing is you'll see that when you use your Blendabilities, it does bleed through, and that's normal because it's an alcohol-based marker, and it does kind of go all the way through. So now I need to put my bottom piece on first. I want to make sure that I have these the same way. So let me see, they go just like this, okay, up and down, side to side. Okay, so this one is going to go this way. So what I need to do is to put my adhesive right here on the back, and like I said, I'm using my Fast Fuse, and I just love this. What you do when you get to the end is to just flick it to the side, and that alleviates all these little stringy things that come off. But this is pretty nice adhesive because it just holds so much better than snail adhesive. And when you've got a project like this that would pop, you really do want to use it. So I would use this for my 3D projects or projects like this, not just your regular card making. Okay, so now we've got that edge on. Now we need to put this one on. Now let me just make sure I've got all the pieces in the right direction, and I do. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to put our Fast Fuse on this one. Okay, and oops, there's a string. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to take and put this one over here like this. Alrighty, and remember, this one was just a hair smaller than 3/4 of an inch, so when I put this piece together and then this piece together, they go over just gorgeous. Now remember, I stamped this one with my outside flower, and now what we need to do is we need to finish off the back. So what I did was, you see it on this, I just didn't like the way this looked. So when I cut my pieces of cardstock, I had an extra piece of Daffodil Delight left over, and I used that as my back piece right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my Fast Fuse, just like this, and it's that fast. We're going to take and we're just going to cover up the back end of it so it looks like it's a really finished card. And this one is just a hair taller, so I'm going to go back in with my trimmer and just trim that off. But that's our card right there. I did add right here a fork bow, and when we're done, that's what it looks like. It just opens this way and then this way, and this is part of the same stamp set. It's just a really awesome stamp set. It's got some really nice sayings in there. It's totally worth being a hostess. So save up your dollars. When you get $150, hop on over to my website, put in your order, and use this as one of your free items. Okay? So that's all there is to it. That's it. It is easy, easy, easy. So stop back soon. Hop on over to my blog for the directions. I hope you enjoyed my post today, and take care.